Welcome to an exciting night for a lot of different reasons here at the Hospitality House Gala. I'm Mike Max from WCCO TV. As the world and our community continues to change rapidly, one thing remains constant, and that is the mission of the Hospitality House. Let that never go away. To provide a Christian outreach to the youth and their families in North Minneapolis for over 64 years.
I have 4 beautiful young ladies that's going to come and give you a wonderful presentation on what it means to be blessed. You're going to hear a little bit about the song. It deals with the 3 Hebrew boys. It's a hip hop song, but it talks about how this generation is constantly being faced with the pressure of selling out to the culture.
I know the way to be blessed. Hey, tell me I get you. Bless more, bless, bless more, bless, bless more, bless. That's what it means to be blessed. That's what it means to be blessed.
To me, Miss Brenda was like a second grandmother or mother. You walk in the door, she was always smiling. While she was strict, she was always kind. She was always ready to listen.
And someone said, Mr. Charles, Burrell's behind the front desk. His mom's here and he won't leave from behind the desk. And I'm like, oh Lord. So I go behind the front desk and it's Burrell there. He had a really rough day. His mother, who's a single mom who works hard, just got off work, and I'm sure he's probably afraid of some type of consequence or some type of punishment for having the eventful first day at Summer Spot. And I plead with him. I'm like, Burrell, please, will you come out from behind this desk and will you go home? And he looked at me and he said, Mr. Charles, can I live here at Hospitality House? He didn't want to leave. And I said, man, Burrell, not only can you not live here, but I'm afraid if you don't leave right now, Mom ain't gonna let you come back tomorrow. And so I walked out to the car with them and was really trying to kind of read Mom and try to gauge Mom, and was trying to, kind of put a good word in for Burrell if I could, because I thought he was gonna get lit up before they got in the car, but Mom wasn't that way. Mom was really loving. She was really kind, and I was really surprised by the amount of patience that she had. He actually came up to me the other day, asked me, said, can I call you Uncle Charles? I said, absolutely, you can call me Uncle Charles, man. I love that young man. And there's so many other young kids. They're worth it. They're worth our love. They're worth our attention. They're worth our sacrifice.
My mother, she struggled to find a safe space in Minneapolis for me to be growing up. And I practically begged my mother year after year to allow me to play youth sports. Until one day my mother had a conversation with the late Miss Brenda Hunter. She practically just said, bring him in. From that point on, I had a safe haven in Minneapolis. Hospitality House provided a Christian-based center where children can grow up as a family. It allowed me a space where I was able to continue to grow in Christ and learn the important lessons in life through youth sports and community. Hospitality House was integral to me becoming the man that I am today.
Kick him out of Hospitality House because of his behavior. Wasn't so good. 10 years later, D'Artagnan comes through the doors. He sees me. He looks at me. He gets this perplexed, expression on his face. He goes, you're still here? And I could tell that God, and me just being there, had begun to challenge D'Artagnan on what is love. And he just left. He just walked out the door. Well, last summer, I was out in the playground watching the kids, and this big black car drives up. And black tinted windows, kind of like your car, Charles. You can't see in it. You can't see what's going on. And so I'm sitting about a few feet away, and so I start backing up and go, uh-oh, what's going on? Because they pulled up right next to me. So the window starts to slowly go down, and here's D'Artagnan with a big smile on his face. And he looks at me, hey, Coach G, are you still here? And it was just, he got out of the car, gave me a big hug, and we had a good talk. He says, I'm doing well. I got this thing going on. And I just said, whoa, okay, Lord, I learned a little about that. And that was 26 years from 1998. I could see how God impacts other people, but more than anything, as I look back, I could see how God impacted me.